Hello, welcome to HITC Sports. So I'm back again, trying to predict the Premier League table in goddamn July, which means this will probably go about as well as Kaka's wedding night. The poor fella probably stuck it in her goddamn ear. So let's go, and by the way, Twitter and Instagram is there if you wanna follow me on that. Yeah, brace yourselves, lads. I'm pretty sure these predictions are going to be god-awful. 20th, Newcastle. Yeah, strap yourself in, lads. Newcastle with Steve Bruce at the helm and Dwight Gale up front. The club has chucked 3 strikers out the window this summer. Now everybody's hopes rely on the lad who spent last season out on loan at West Brom. It's essentially like sending the missus to fat camp and then begging for forgiveness 6 months later. If I was Gale, I'd flash the fingers and walk out the door. The squad is so threadbare, they're actually having to drag Jack Colback back from the wilderness. That lad from Harry Potter might have flown the flag for gingers nationwide, but the existence of Colback has probably made them dye their hair blonde out of pure f***ing shame. Speaking of Harry Potter, I'm expecting a big season for the lad who killed his parents, but honestly, it still won't be enough. Trying to predict where Newcastle will finish with Steve Bruce in charge is like trying to guess what condition your hand will be if you shove it right in the lawnmower. Somewhere from screwed to rightly screwed. But hey, at least the stadium will be half empty, so Newcastle fans will just have to suffer another relegation from the comfort of their armchairs, which certainly won't be bought from Sports Direct, because A, Newcastle fans would rather set their face on fire, and B, it's not f***ing IKEA, they don't sell furniture. 19th, Sheffield United. Sorry, Sheffield United, I would like you to stay up because I rate Chris Wilder. But when you're dragging in lads from Southeast Scandinavia, you know you're not preparing very well. Okay, no, to be fair, they have smashed their transfer record 3 times. But still, when you're resting your hopes on Lise Mousset, it's relegation, I'm afraid. 18th, Brighton. The golden rule for prediction is don't predict big things for the club who just ended the previous season playing like a bunch of drugged up cats. Brighton have not won a game since early March, alright? Graham Potter has never managed in the Premier League before, and your summer shopping list looks about as unappealing as Susan Boyle's Tinder profile. Relegation, lads, and I'm so confident of this that if Brighton stay up, I will personally do an entire video wearing a t-shirt saying I love Paul McShane. And honestly, lads, I would rather swallow a basket of thumbtacks. 17th, Crystal Palace. If Wilfried Zaha leaves Crystal Palace, it would just be like diluting Arnold Schwarzenegger's protein shake. It would be like emptying Dan Bilzerian's bank account into the f***ing ocean. Then the only women who give him the time of day would be the f***ing lunch lady at his homeless shelter. It would be like me taking off this scarf. Then the channel goes down the tubes and it's back to me bribing homeless men for their f***ing lunch. I'm sorry, but without Zaha, Palace would be about as helpless as your nephew at the Neverland Ranch. 17th, lads, and staying up by a mouse's eyelash. 16th, Aston Villa. Yeah, I predicted Aston Villa and Jack Grealish will stay up this season. That almost made me get sick in my goddamn mouth. Look, I've got nothing against you, Villa, alright? It's just that one fella in midfield, let's just say if he was never capped for England, I would die a happy man. Well, as happy as I can be, I mean, you know, YouTuber in my 20s. But it is good to see a big club like Villa back up. They've strengthened in the right areas. I mean, they'll be better than the last time in the Premier League. I think we can all agree on that. Although, let's be honest, that's not hard. Which was no doubt a common catchphrase in Hugh Hefner's house. 15th, Southampton. It must be boring to be a Southampton fan. Those years of ambitious signings and climbing the league are gone. Nowadays the fans are literally just waiting around, just bracing themselves for relegation. Too scared to sign anybody of note for fear of the vultures from Liverpool rearing their head. I mean, it's a bit like if all of your girlfriends walk out on you every 6 months. Pretty soon you just chuck Tinder out the window and just accept the inevitable. Dying alone covered in cats. That is Southampton Football Club right now. I'm not totally convinced by Ralph Hasenhüttl. Che Adams is unproven at the top level, while Danny Ings is addicted to the treatment table. It's going to be another long, hard slog, lads. 14th, Burnley. Right, so I predicted Burnley to finish 14th last season. I was close, so I'm going to go for 14th again. I think Sean Dyche will be happy enough with that. Yet another season of survival, bouncing balls off Chris Wood's head. That sounds weird. And desperately trying to unclog his goddamn throat. 13th, Watford. Watford players have probably spent the summer drowning their sorrows in the local pub. Either that or stuck in extensive therapy. The first time we've reached the cup final since 1984, and you end up conceding 7 goals, that is like an X Factor contestant waiting their whole life for their big break, and then getting sick on Simon Cowell's face halfway through the audition. Although who am I kidding, half those contestants come straight from the circus. Last season, Watford survival forced me to sleep in a bin, so this time, look, I won't be stupid, alright? I've learned my lesson. I'll give them a nice, comfortable 13. You've a fine squad, Troy Deeney would win a beauty pageant, and I don't just mean the ones in Blackpool. 13th, lads, alright? Please don't make me go back to the bin. 12th, Norwich. I'm excited by Norwich City. Not to the extent that I wake up every morning covered in a soggy mess, but to the point where I'm genuinely intrigued by their style of football. At times last season, they looked like Barcelona. Now, they don't have the players Wolves did last year, so I'm not predicting top half, but I think 12th will be a good season. 11th, Bournemouth. Lads, everyone everyone is really quiet on the transfer front. Maybe it's just because I'm doing a predictions video ridiculously early. I mean, the transfer window has only been officially open for 3 weeks. It's a bit like trying to predict the baby's gender 6 weeks before it's even conceived. Look, don't get angry at me for putting you 11th, Bournemouth. Alright, last season you finished 14th and the previous one was 12th. So you'll take your 11th and you'll be damn happy. Providing you keep Ryan Fraser and David Brooks, it should be a good season. 10th, West Ham. I mean, we never really know with West Ham. If Sebastian Haller catches fire, they could do serious damage this season. Now that the walking headache that is Marko Arnautovic has been sentenced to drowning in his own self-importance off the back arse of Asia, I think West Ham could be in for another comfortable season at mid-table. 9th, Wolves. I think the Europa League might take its toll on Wolves this season. I mean, they still have a top squad and a brilliant manager. So yeah, I mean, I still think they get top half. 8th, Everton. Everton are a bit like Pinky and the Brain. Every year they make vast claims about taking over the world, or breaking into the top 4, and every year they just fall short. Alright, terrible analogy, I know, but it's 2 AM and I want to go to bed. Anthony Gomez and Fabian Delp are good signings, even if the latter probably feels uneasy when he bumps into Samuel Jackson at the airport, while Jonas Losel is never going to play. I don't know. I mean, it all depends if they sign more players. Like, I'm hearing links with Wilfried Zaha lately, but yeah, I think 8th. 7th, Leicester. I bet Brendan Rodgers wishes that Leicester title win had never happened, because no matter what he does, he is never going to top that. Finishing 7th would usually be a stunning season for Leicester and would earn him a Manager of the Year award, but considering it's in the shadow of a recent miracle, it'll just be a bit meh. But listen, Rodgers is a good manager and they've shown ambition in the transfer market, bringing in Ayotte Perez and Yuri Tielemans for 60 million quid. Such financial activity would no doubt cause the hierarchy at Newcastle to bleed from the nose. 6th, Chelsea. Oh, I could already hear the sound of Chelsea fans furiously typing, furiously smashing their keyboards in utter disgust and trying to send me chunks of dog hair in the goddamn post. Well, joke's on you, I don't have a letterbox, I barely have a bed. Listen, can you really blame me for predicting that you'll finish 6th? You've lost your manager, you've lost your best player, and you've just had a transfer ban slapped on your club. Considering the club have been chucking around vast amounts of money every transfer window since 2003, they're going to be like an alcoholic in recovery. Roman Abramovich probably already has the shakes, something Newcastle still don't have, as he's unable to splash out on a star striker, and forced to acknowledge the existence of Tammy Abraham once and for all. Look, Frank Lampard has a tough job in his hands, alright? Things are getting so desperate, he's actually considering the likes of Danny Drinkwater and Timo Bakayoko. But even if he does finish 6th, stick with him. He's essentially walking into a job with both hands tied behind his back. 5th, Man United. Here's my prediction. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to be sacked by Christmas. Honestly, if he's not, right, I will gladly take a bath in a gallon of milk. There is no way he is lasting past December 25th. Someone at that club is going to wake up and realise that handing the job to the lad who relegated Cardiff was a big, massive mistake. If Man United spent 80 million on Harry Maguire, 50 million on Sean Longstaff, then I can only assume that there's a very small but very real cartoon monkey operating the controls in Ed Woodward's head. There is so much that needs fixing at Old Trafford. For all the youth they're bringing in, they need experience. 4th, Arsenal. If I was an Arsenal fan, yeah sure, I'd be excited about the links to Wilfried Zaha. I'd also be wondering why is nobody doing anything about the goddamn defence. What's the point of putting an extra coat of paint on the house when all the back doors are just smashed in? How does Unai Emery not see that going another 9 months with Shokran Mustafi at the back, with Carl Jenkinson still waiting in the wings? It's a bit like playing tennis with a heavily pregnant woman. Sooner or later, something terrible is going to happen. Never mind attackers, bring in defenders. Toby Alderweireld, Fabian Schär, some old fella waiting at the bus stop, anyone. Just get Mustafi off the pitch as quick as possible. Oh, and by the way, lock Lauren Koscielny in a fridge and chuck him off the London Bridge, because that sort of unprofessionalism is just disgusting. 3rd, Tottenham. Yeah, another good season for Spurs, finishing 3rd in the league. Best of the rest, I think. I mean, they no longer have to put up with Kieran Trippier daydreaming about his World Cup goal every 20 minutes as wingers fly past him. If Harry Kane does stay fit and Hugo Lloris starts taking Ubers to the pub, then yeah, comfortable top 4 should be assured. 2nd, Liverpool. I'm sorry, Liverpool fans. I know you want this to be your year, but honestly, I just think City are going to pull away. And if you manage to keep the title race going until May, you'll be doing excellent. The way I see it, you weren't good enough to pip City last year, and now they've only gone and spent £70 million on new recruits, while you have welcomed back Adam Lallana, chucked Daniel Sturridge in the bin, and signed some teenage kid from PSV. 1st, Man City. Yeah, I know. Boring, isn't it? Just sitting in watching pig practice with your life. Not me, I like it. Sorry. Alright, I've predicted City to win the league the last 2 times, and now I'm gonna go for a 3rd time. And why wouldn't I? I was right the last 2 times. Strap yourselves in, lads, we're in for a reign of Man City dominance. I mean, if they keep chucking 60 million quid at players they don't even need, this could turn into Serie A or the French League or the Scottish Premier League. The basic divisions where the league title is wrapped up before the ball is even kicked. I'm not anti-City by any means, they play some beautiful football, but if we want this reign of dominance to end, Liverpool is the only hope. Anyway, that's the end of it, lads. Let me know, what are your thoughts? Have I got all of these wrong? I mean, it'd be quite unlikely to get every single one wrong, but you never know. Tell me your predictions in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Twitter and Instagram is there. And as always, I'll talk to you in a while. Come on, Man United. Please don't make me sleep in a bath full of milk.